Last December, Massachusetts Attorney General Maura Healey and Congresswoman Katherine Clark held a town hall-style meeting at the Greater Framingham Community Church. Healey organizes regional meetings to discuss concerns related to the November election and promote the hate crime hotline. Several hundred people attended the event, many of whom were provided an opportunity to share personal stories of discrimination and injustice, as well as glimmers of hope. Representative Clark provided examples of how concerned citizens can influence politicians locally and nationally to affect change.
This is not who we are.
Since the election, we have been looking for opportunities in which we could come together and on one level debrief, but on another level strategize as well. And that's what's so important.
Donald Trump and I do agree on two things. Number one, our country is severely divided. But number two is I too want to see unity and equality amongst all of us. However, when I hear Donald Trump absolve himself of his contribution to the current discordance in our country, it raises concerns, deep concerns, that the progress that has been made for many, in particular African Americans, over these past 8 years could be eviscerated.
Every day we get calls, emails, and hugs from our friends and neighbors asking the same question: what can we do? We are pleased to have our Attorney General, Maura Healey, here taking the lead, setting up the hate crimes hotline, holding town meetings like this one, and giving voice to our concerns. We are also honored to have our Congresswoman, Katherine Clark, join us to answer questions about what can be done in Washington to preserve and protect our democracy.
On December 1st, the Islamic Center of Boston and Wayland, as well as other Islamic centers across the U.S., received an anonymous hate letter, affirming that Trump will, and I quote, "cleanse America by doing to Muslims as Hitler did to the Jews," end quote. Let that, resonate for a second. We all know that Trump's rhetoric has only encouraged hate groups and individuals to come forward and express such sentiments fearlessly. Now, the reaction of the Muslim community? Well, you can imagine. The first reaction was fear, but also it was a call for action. On the other hand, the best part was the reaction of the non-Muslim community. There's an outpour of love and support, which has been extremely overwhelming, an unparalleled act of solidarity.
What we want is more than the presidents. What we want is more than a party, than a government. We want a world that's better for everyone. And that's why we are here.
My friend Reverend Irene calls this a disastrous opportunity. And I'm hoping that if we can do this right, and if we can stay working together, that we can come out stronger. And I think that it starts with being really good neighbors, understanding the stories that Rick told, that these racism, misogyny, bigotry, Islamophobia, unfortunately didn't begin with this campaign, but they've had an accelerant put on them. And none of us can afford to be bystanders.
Right now in this country, we are divided. We are divided. And we need to recognize that whether those divides exist based on socioeconomic status or race or geography or education level or religion, what is important right now, I think, is that we use this as an opportunity to reach in, reach across, to pull in, to listen to one another and to the other. It does no good when we have conversations with simply like-minded folks, or only like-minded folks, right? We all need to find a way to increase and grow perspective and engage with one another. I think the role of a state attorney general right now in this time is to make sure that we are there to step up and to step in and enforce the law. This is a time where we need people of all ages, of all ethnicities, races, socioeconomic levels, and political parties. And I say that in seriousness, to lean in, to get engaged. At the end of the day, I believe that values and principles prevail,